is a brief synopsis, so you don't have to watch the whole video if you don't want to. Ingredients wise, it's pretty standard for a commercial fish food. It's neither here nor there, it's about what you expect. Nutritional breakdown, phenomenally good. 80% full ingredients, that is a great number, that's a fantastic number. I am really happy with that amount. Fish, take it, no dramas whatsoever, there's no issue with the fish taking. Every single fish in the shop, in the building, took it, loved it, good as gold. It does produce a little bit more waste than I was kind of expecting. Not an overly large amount more, but more than I was kind of expecting. It is what it is. Would I stock it in the shop? I'm still uncertain if I will just yet. I may not. It depends, I'm on the fence still. There you go, there is a very quick brief rundown. If you don't want to watch the video, you don't have to, but if you do, please continue on, watch it, enjoy it. Thank you very much. Xtreme Foods have only just come into the country here. My rep gave me the small container to give away sample of, so I thought it'd be rude not to do a video review of it. In this review, we're going to be looking at 4 things: ingredients, nutritional breakdown, the flake itself, and for the first time I'm going to try and do a bit of a waste review. I don't know if it's going to work, we'll find out at the end of the video. I'm going to feed one tank with this only, and I'm going to feed another tank with another flake, and at the end of the week we'll sort of have a wee look and see if it's made any difference on water parameters and if it's made any difference on what waste is at the bottom of the aquarium. Ingredients wise, the print on the container is really small, so please bear with me. First of all, it's algae meal dried spirulina. So this is the Community Crave, which is the spirulina and krill flakes. So it's fantastic that the first thing in this container is spirulina. Followed up with fish meal, wheat flour, soy protein concentrate, krill meal. So there's our next main ingredient. Wheat germ meal, soy protein isolate, grain distillers, dried yeast, fish protein concentrate, soy something or other, shrimp meal, sodium something or other, dehydrated kelp, fish oil, cornstarch, and then we get to the other stuff. So it's kind of a mixed bag. What you'd want for your main ingredients aren't right at the top, but they're all the way through it. Ingredients wise, I'm kind of yes, I'm kind of no. I ideally would like to have seen some insect larvae in there as well, but this is a spirulina and krill flake, not a spirulina and insect flake, but I'm just really hot on insect based foods as well. So ingredients wise, that's what we've got there. A little bit of a mixed bag when it comes to top stuff and then filler stuff. As I've previously said in another video, when looking at fish nutrition, the magic number that you want to make all these numbers up here to is 70%. I've done the maths on this. This totals to 80%, which is fantastic. That is a massive tick for me, that the nutritional breakdown on the back of this container adds up to over 70. In fact, it's significantly higher than that, is 80%. That is a huge tick. Great work. Happy with that so far. Now let's have a wee look at the flake itself. As we can see, it's green and red. I'm naturally assuming that the green is the spirulina algae flake, and I'm naturally assuming that the red is the krill flake. First thing I notice is that the flakes themselves are relatively small for the best part. I think that is a good thing. It allows for a lot more uptake for smaller fish. I know flake is easy to break, but often they come in very large. Just rubbing it through my fingers, it is not particularly crisp, but equally it's not overly soft. It does break up fairly easily, which is nice. Again, flake should break up fairly easily. But what I have noticed is, as you can see here, potentially, hopefully, is that there is texture, particularly in the algae flake. I think that is also a really good thing. You don't often see a lot of texture in flakes. Often they're just a shiny bit of flaky food. But in the algae flakes here, you can see a little bit of texture. That is a positive thing. I like this. So far, so good. Smell test. It smells a lot like spirulina. Positive things. It doesn't smell artificial and nasty. Some flakes have a wee tendency to smell a little bit like plastic. It doesn't have any of those sort of nasty toxic smells. It just smells very similar to spirulina and just a slight smidgen of like a shrimp or a krill type of smell to it. Definitely smells quite pleasant. Alright, so this is our test subjects. We've got a tank full of Dalmatian mollies and some gold calico mollies. There's about 6 or 7 adults in each and a couple of fry in each of them as well. So as far as a backroom science experiment, it's about as close as we're going to get. I've just done water changes on both of them. Testing nitrates, they're both about the same. Taking into account we're probably not going to get much better because there is nitrate in the water. So I'll feed them 2, 3, 4 times a day. Mollies love food. We'll feed exclusively the Community Crave from Xtreme on this tank here, and we'll feed another flake out on this one here. Come back in a week, we'll check down here, see what the waste levels are like, see if that's any different, and we'll check the nitrate levels as well. We're 1 week in and we can check out our results. Nitrate wise, we're not looking too bad. They're both about the same. Possibly the one on the right hand side being fed. The other flake might be a little darker, but you know, we're not talking much here. To be fair, I think this is fairly even. Waste wise, however, this is from the Xtreme. This is from the other flake. The Xtreme seems to produce more waste, which does surprise me a little bit. I thought it would be a little bit less, but we're not talking astronomical amount, but it is definitely producing more waste than what this one here is. Overall, I would call this a fairly good product. The fish take it relatively well. The ingredients is pretty standard for most sort of commercial flakes. The breakdown nutritionally is really, really good. That gets a massive tick. I like the green and the red flakes, the algae and the krill. I think that's a phenomenal option. It works really well. And I like that there's texture in it, and it's a flake that's easy enough to break up for smaller fish. So overall, it's a fairly good product. The question is, would I sell it? I'm still uncertain if I will put it on the shelf. If I am to put it on the shelf, it means I have to remove something off the shelf, and I'm kind of happy with where we're at the moment. But it doesn't necessarily mean that we won't remove it, because it is something that is slightly different to everything else, being a spirulina, algae and a krill based flake. We don't have one of them on the shelf, we don't have any spirulina on the shelf, so that might be how we get them both together at the same time. I hope this has helped you in your fish keeping journey, whether it's going to help you purchase this product or whether you've decided not to give it a go. That's entirely up to you. I just hope that this has helped you form yourself a decision. Other than that, if you've enjoyed it, please subscribe, share, follow, like, all of that bloody blah stuff. Have a good one, happy fish keeping, and catch you later.